Welcome back, everyone, to Sean's show. How are you doing? How are you, my dear listeners? I love you so much. Thank you for tuning into Sean's show. I'm here with Alex behind the keys.
What's going on?
Hello, Alex. How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We are doing well. I hope you are doing well because this is a great day. This is a great day. No. It is a great day. I know you're thinking, well, how could it be a great day? It's a great day. You want to know why? Because you're listening to the only unsponsored comedy podcast left on earth. Every other show is bought and sold by Israel or Joe Rogan or both, or Peter Thiel or Kashi. And I'm not by any of those entities. So hello, I will say you are listening. We are the only show left. I do my best to not be friends with other comedians because even that compromises my ability to be funny and honest. So please give me the respect I deserve for making these great personal sacrifices at my own expense to bring you the most unbiased takes on the world at large. So thank you. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We have so much news to get to. We have the latest on Mr. Graham Platner, who is running for the senator of one of the worst states in the union, Maine. We have a brand new video from Alex Karp. He went back on CNBC. Every time Alex Karp goes on CNBC, we have to cover it because it means he's relapsed. Have some respect for Alex Karp, guys. He just relapsed. Hey, he just relapsed. Alex Karp is my favorite neurodivergent multi-billionaire, as you all know. Palantir's down 2.63%, 263 bips for my Wall Street friends. We are not happy with that. I always like to see Palantir up. When Palantir goes down, you ever notice when Palantir goes down, the ceasefire ends? Why is that? Is that a correlation that anyone else is seeing? Is whenever Palantir starts to go down to like the 130 range, that's when we decide to hit some ships in the Strait of Hormuz? Is that correlation clocking? Has that clocked with anyone else? Clock it. If you're just listening, I did the thing with my fingers where you tap your fingers together. That's how you know that's dead, by the way. As you know what, one of the greatest powers I have as a white man, believe it or not, is I can kill any trend or cool thing. Clock it. That's how you know it's dead. The moment I start doing clock it, it's over. They're 10 years. You know how DARPA is like 10 years ahead with all their technology than we know about? I'm 10 years behind black women in terms of language. Like they are 10 years, whatever they're doing, they were doing clock it 10 years ago. White men, we learn about stuff last when it comes to language because we are the most privileged. I am a leftist. I am in Brooklyn. Guys, are you with me? Or are you against me? Patreon.com/Sean Show for an extra episode every week. And we're going to get right into it. That's how I make the money on the show. Patreon.com/Sean Show. Please subscribe. That's how I keep this operating. I am unsponsored. Okay? Unsponsored. No sponsors. Do you understand how I'm running it at a loss? My dad's real estate portfolio is the only thing that keeps this going. All right? And now he's asking me for money. So please get on the fucking Patreon. Okay. Well, with that out of the way, let's start with the latest revelations on Platner and his race. He is in trouble. Graham Platner is in trouble. New trouble, by the way. More trouble than he was in. More revelations, more details about an allegation that he allegedly broke into a woman's home that he was dating on and off, and SA'd her. We all know what that means, right? And so some people are saying that, this is an Israeli psyop. Israel is working behind the scenes to find dirt and dredge up and muck rake against Platner, because Platner's been very vocal against. Platner is probably, I would say, an actual leftist progressive in terms of what he's platforming on. He's platforming on healthcare. He's platforming on a bunch of other policies that we all maybe he's pro. I don't know if he's pro-life or not, or pro-choice. Certainly wasn't pro-choice when he was working for Blackwater. Didn't give those people a lot of choices. And here's the thing. Here's where I'm at on it. Okay. We won't spend too long on this, but here's what I think is all true at the same time. Is it an Israeli psyop to smear Platner's name so that Suzanne Collins wins? Yeah, but the whole government is an Israeli psyop. That's not. I don't know why this story. I honestly don't know why this Platner story is getting so much coverage. Yeah, it's Maine. Maine can get nuked for all I fucking care. Nuke Maine. I don't give a fuck about Maine. I've been to Maine. Here's the thing. I've been to Maine a lot recently. Weirdly enough, I've been to Maine a lot in the last couple months. Not to campaign for Platner for comedy. And I did some door knocking for Platner. How do you even door knock for this guy anymore? Hello? Hey, let's make this funny and not just sad. So Platner, he gets hit with all these new allegations, and I feel really bad for the people that have to door knock on his behalf, because he hasn't dropped out. Everyone else who endorsed him, they are now what's the word? Reneging? That's a word, right, Alex? Renege to Renee. I'm an intellectual. Am I saying that right?
I think it's a hard G, right?
What the fuck is wrong? Wow, do you want to get Alex, if I say that with a hard G, the show's over. I'm gonna end up like Platner under a fucking bridge in Maine. It is pronounced reneging. They've revoked. I'll just say the word revoked. A lot of politicians have revoked their endorsements of Platner. But apparently, as of right now, he has not dropped out. He has denied the allegations. And this is going to make it very hard for people that are door knocking. Which, like I was. No, that's not true. For people that are door knocking, I mean, I don't know how that goes. Hi, should we act this out, Alex? Would you be willing to do that with me?
Sure.
Okay. So imagine you're in your home. You're having a nice coffee. You just wrapped up work. You work from home. You got to go pick up your kids soon. That's the scene. It's raining. You have a headache. You're hungover. It's Monday afternoon. And you're just working in your living room. You got a little home. You got a work from home setup. You have a great job. And you're generally not that interested in politics. Maybe you voted once or twice because your wife told you to, but generally you don't really follow it with that much. And so that's the scene. Alex, you'll be that guy, and I'm going to be door knocking for Platner. So, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, hi. I'm my name's Bill. How's it going? Are you Mr. Johnson?
Yeah. What's this about?
Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm just wondering, are you going to vote in the Maine? Have you decided who to vote for the Maine gubernatorial election? Are you planning on voting?
Yeah, I don't know. With all this stuff.
Well, hey, so hey, if you're not sure, I'm here with Graham Platner.
Yeah.
Oh, you've heard of him?
Yeah. I read it. Yeah, I saw on the news what happened.
So here's the thing about that is he didn't do it. He didn't do that. And what you need to know about Graham is do you have health care? Because he's trying to get health care to everyone, and he's really sorry. He's really sorry about the the stuff he did in Iraq. He's really sorry, and he told me to tell you that. We're out here campaigning for him because, you know, one of the things that's, you know, Suzanne Collins, you know, I mean, she's a woman. Sorry. That's not going to work. Kidding. We love women on the show. I don't know. It's going to be pretty tough. There's not a whole lot that you can say about there's not a whole lot to say about Platner right now. It's going to be tough. I'm just going to say it's tough. If he drops out, though, we lose all the momentum. He's had all this press. We're going to lose all the political momentum of this guy. You know, it's just sad. It's sad, and it's I think that and again, I've said this a few episodes ago, guys, but if we want the right policies, if we want these things that we've been demanding from our government, healthcare, affordability, all these things that are just so bipartisan things that we all want, right? If we want a true progressive leftist in the government, I think we just need to lower our expectations of politicians. Every politician they're not all bad equally, but they are all bad, and they all covet power. Am I endorsing Graham Platner? No. Am I endorsing Suzanne Collins? No. But am I endorsing the idea of voting for a politician in general? No. What you need to do is instead of knocking on doors and asking if someone's voting, here's what we really need as a country. Let's keep it very honest and real. People need to stop door knocking for rapists, alleged rapists, or rapists, both of them. People need to stop dying on the hill of two-party democracy, one-party democracy. We live in a uniparty country where you have one party that is just straight up filled with billionaire pedophiles. I'm talking about the Republicans, okay? I know some of you are like, the Democrats? No, that's the Republicans. And the other party just has their fucking hands tied and keeps promising to do the things that we want them to do that they're not doing. So instead of door knocking for politicians, I'm going to start door knocking, and I'm going to start saying, "Hey, do you have any lighter fluid? Do you have any lighter fluid? Because I think that we need to start voting." You know, people say vote with your feet. It's time to vote with some gasoline. That's how I vote. Vote with your feet. Vote. It's time to vote with a gas canister. And it's a very shitty situation because, again, like I said, I've been to Maine, and in Maine, if Platner drops out, if he's a rapist, fuck him. He should drop out. These allegations seem credible, he should drop out. But I'm also saying that the idea that the guy that replaces Platner is another man from Maine that's a squeaky clean guy running for governor of Maine. You don't run for the governor of Maine without having skeletons in your closet. I'm sorry. You don't. It's just going to be another guy. It's going to be another guy that chops wood and does opioids and was a D2 athlete and goes to an Irish pub every night and drinks away his pain. The governor of Maine. You know what? If Platner drops out, I just wish that Suzanne Collins would drop out as well. Can't it just be like a granola? Why can't the governor of Maine be like a nice woman? Can't we just get like a nice woman to be the governor of Maine? Does it really have to be a lumberjack? Does the governor of Maine really have to? So my choices for the governor of Maine are a rapist lumberjack or an Israeli Puppet. And I don't mean Jewish. I mean Israeli. I should say APAC. I'd be very careful with my language here. Because a lot of people I've noticed have used the genocide in Gaza as a license to be anti-Semitic. And that's crazy. Okay. You know, it's crazy. So, you know, if our choices, I mean, again, Suzanne Collins, by and large, a worse choice, and democracy is always between lesser of evils. And we have to accept that. And, we have to let, that's what they say is we have to let the process happen. But how many elections are going to go by before you wake up one day and you're like in your 60s and you're still waiting for universal health care? Are you willing to wait 30 years? Are you willing to wait 40 years for your voice to be heard? Are we just waiting for Mitch McConnell to die? That's how politics actually works. That's how politics actually works, guys, is it's not about playing the games and the rules that we all decided to agree on and then voting and then whatever happens is the voice of the people. The voice of the people, truly, the direction of the United States government is more often determined by the strength of an old white guy's aortic valve than it is who you vote for. That is actually how politics in America works. We are all waiting. If Mitch McConnell's aortic valve had given out earlier in his life, Citizens United may not have even passed. Guys, it's hard to even look at him. If you're just listening, this is a photo from 20 years ago. This is a photo of Mitch McConnell when he was a young, strapping 78-year-old. Mitch McConnell used to be a young, strapping 78-year-old man, and now Mitch McConnell is a vampire. Mitch McConnell, did you guys know? So if you don't know, Mitch McConnell has been in the hospital for a while, and I just have a question to you guys. Which do you think is going to collapse first? This building in Manhattan or Mitch McConnell's aortic valve? That's a new bet. Put that on call sheet. I want to see a call sheet bet. Which will happen first? This building the old Pfizer building is going to collapse under this shitty construction job, or is Mitch McConnell is his valve going to collapse under the weight of all of a lifetime of delivering evil and ramming evil through the government? Who knows? I hope it's the latter. But it is fucked up. It's a little bit fucked up. I don't know about you guys. I have a line. I don't know about you guys. I have a line. When it comes to this stuff, I have a line. And all of this rhetoric around Mitch McConnell and some people are like, oh, he's already dead, and they're covering it up. And then other people are like, oh, I talked with him 20 minutes ago. He's doing great. He just ran a marathon. Either way, I think it's all very, very disrespectful to talk about a guy that died in 2012. I think that's fucked up that you guys all are just okay with talking about rumors about this guy. Hey, he died in 2012. Have some respect. Have some respect for Mitch McConnell. He died in 2012, and we need to remember that the Mitch McConnell you see now is not the Mitch McConnell that we knew in 2012. The Mitch McConnell we see now is a bionic Adderall fueled bag of white flesh. And I love that his wife is just in China. I love that Mitch McConnell is like on his deathbed and his wife is just like doing deals in China. I think that's fucking awesome. I get it. I wouldn't want to be around that fucking guy at all. Basically, I mean, I know nothing about Mitch McConnell's wife. I think it's awesome that as soon as Mitch McConnell went into a coma, she was like, yeah, bye. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Shenzhen actually. And I, you know what? Actually, that's how you know that these politicians, whether it be Suzanne Collins or Graham Platner, they all love power more than anything. And the reality is, when Mitch McConnell he's probably in a medically induced coma. He's on his deathbed. That's what we all know is actually happening, right? He's in a medically induced coma. He may be already dead, and they just don't want to release that he died because they want to vote on his behalf. Here's the fucked up thing about politics is if they could do it, they would wheel Mitch McConnell into the Senate and they would use his limp hand to press yes and no to vote for bills. That's what they would do. If they could hide it, they would do a Weekend at Bernie's type situation. But that's half of the Senate. I mean, it's a fucking nursing home. The Senate is a goddamn nursing home, and I'm cards on the table, guys. I am ageist. I am literally I'm not being ironic. I know I'm ironic a lot on the show, as hopefully you've picked up. I don't mean a lot of the stuff that I say. One thing, I am not joking. This is not a tongue-in-cheek, ironic thing to say. I am literally ageist when it comes to senators. When it comes to senators, I am fully age. I'm an ageist. I'm a octogenarianophobe. I'm an octogenarianophobe. I am octogenarianophobic. You know what that means? I hate people that are 80 or older. I am a political octogenarianophobe. That means any politician over the age of 80, I have contempt for, and I am prejudiced. I am prejudiced against 80-year-old senators based on their age. And that's not a joke. I am literally, I don't care. Bernie Sanders, how old is, I'm prejudiced. All of them. All of them. I am prejudiced based on your age. You want to know why? Because I don't know if you guys have ever met an 80-year-old. They can't fucking think. And I don't want people making decisions for the rest of us that don't know where they are. And if that makes me a bad person, then I guess I'm a bad person, guys. If that makes me a bad person, then I will accept that you think I'm a bad person. Sorry. If you are 80 years old, you should not be allowed to be a senator, point blank, period. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. If you barely know where you are and you're in a medically induced coma, you should not be allowed to vote on bills that affect 300 million people. You want to know why? Because 80-year-olds should be 80-year-olds, they should be enjoying retirement. And Mitch McConnell is a husk of a person. The only thing Mitch McConnell has left is the power he's clinging to. Why do these guys, I don't understand the psychology of it. Mitch McConnell is in a medically induced coma, and vampires live forever. He is a fucking vampire. You want to know how old Mitch McConnell is? Mitch McConnell had polio in his childhood. He had polio. And not recently. Well, he may get it again because he listens to RFK. Mitch McConnell had polio in childhood, and that would be the ultimate irony is that Mitch McConnell had polio in childhood and he got it again now because he listened to RFK and didn't get vaccinated. Corporations are people. That's Mitch McConnell's last words. In that hospital, Mitch McConnell's last words, they're going to be like, so Mitch, What do you have to say at the end of your life? You know, looking back on your life, what was the most important thing? What do you have to say to humanity on your way out? Remember that ExxonMobil is a person. Beep. Mitch McConnell's last words are going to be, I should have spent less time with my Chinese wife. Beep. Where's my wife? Where's my wife? Oh, sir, she's in China working on fundraising for her nonprofit. Good. Good, I hate that bitch. That's how you know their marriage is not good. That's how you know Mitch McConnell and his wife, that's how you know that entire marriage is a sham. Can we get this story up? So Mitch McConnell is in a medically induced coma, allegedly. Can I just say allegedly once at the beginning of the show? And then it's called a disclaimer. I should just start saying allegedly once at the beginning of the show because it's just a lot. It wastes a lot of time me saying it over and over again. Mitch McConnell is apparently in a medically induced coma. He's in the hospital. Let's just say he's hospitalized. Mitch McConnell is hospitalized, and apparently his wife is not there with him. Apparently, Mitch McConnell's wife is actually in China. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Sean, isn't Mitch McConnell a Republican? Why is Mitch McConnell's wife in China? What could possibly be the explanation for this? And we have the story. This is from ABC News. Could you punch in a little bit there, Alex? So, this is from ABC News. Senate Republican leaders say they've spoken to Mitch McConnell as he remains hospitalized. Okay. Let's see. So this is from Mitch McConnell's team. Senator Mitch McConnell appreciates the outpouring of support he's receiving. Is he receiving outpouring support? Mostly I've seen people dancing in the streets. I don't know if I've seen an outpouring. Can I say this? Who is outpouring their support for Mitch McConnell's recovery? And by the way, recovery is a big word. I don't know if you recover from a cardiac arrest when you're 89 million years old. The senator continues to improve, and is working with his staff on Kentucky and Senate matters while the Senate is out of session. It's great. I love it when medically induced. I love it when senators that are in medically induced comas are in the driver's seat for legislation in the Senate. I love it. That is exactly my idea of democracy, of modern liberal democracy. And that's what we all want. We are all in support of a modern liberal democracy. And what that means is that 89-year-old guys in medically induced comas who were huge proponents of making corporations seen legally as people. I love that guy's in the driver's seat. Not only is he a senator, he's a very influential senator. Mitch McConnell, I don't know if you know, has had a tremendously, I think the word is rapacious career. Plundering, pillaging, gouging the taxpayer, and just obliterating everything. He's just had such a devastating effect on America. I think we can all agree. And but did you guys know this? Mitch McConnell is actually woke. That's the rule. That's the goal. I stole that from TikTok. Mitch McConnell thinks the corporations should be people. That's the rule. That's the goal. That is actually the only policy that the only time in history that Mitch McConnell became woke and was like supportive of people changing their identities is when it came to corporations. Isn't that sick? The only time Mitch McConnell was ever like woke is when it came to corporate. So let me get this straight. So Mitch McConnell, if you don't know, Mitch McConnell was a huge. He helped spearhead Citizens United legislation, which opened the door to super PACs. It opened the door to lobbying the government. It opened the door to corporations being allowed legally to give unlimited money to politicians and influence our elections. And so Mitch McConnell, huge spearhead. He spearheaded this in a massive way, and that's the only time he's ever been supportive of people changing their identities, is when it came to Chevron and ExxonMobil. So Mitch thinks that ExxonMobil can identify as a person, but not a Mexican guy. So let me get this straight, Mitch McConnell. ExxonMobil gets personhood, right? But if a man wants to cut off their dick and be called a woman, that's so bad? So a legal entity like Chevron gets to identify as a person, and you think that I'm sorry, I'm actually a bigot when it comes to that. I'm totally okay with people changing their gender identity, but I'm not okay with corporations changing their identity. Corporations don't get to have pronouns. Corporations don't. I'm a corporophobe. I'm a transcorporophobic. I'm transcorporophobic. You ever notice? I've been doing a lot of Latin today. So anyway, can we look back at this article? I want to see his Chinese wife. I love China, by the way. We are pro-China. We're pro-China. This is Sean's show. We are pro-China. Pretty soon, you guys better learn Mandarin with me, because the show I have to stay ahead of the times. So I will be switching to Mandarin on the show pretty soon. I have no allegiance to America, no allegiance to the United States, no allegiance to any country. Certainly not one that allows a man to make legislative decisions from the hospice. Why does Mitch McConnell get to influence legislation from hospice care? That's crazy. Is it crazy to anyone else that they're pumping Mitch McConnell full of fentanyl and other drugs to help ease his transition into the afterlife? And Mitch McConnell will spend his last moments taking the last smidgen of rights and clawing back all of these civil rights shit we fought for. Not we. Better people than myself fought for in the 60s and 70s. Mitch McConnell's dying act is going to be plunging us back into like the 1800s. Mitch McConnell's final act could very well be bringing the polio disease back to America. That could be his last thing that he votes on. This is from the article. They had a lengthy and substantive conversation that covered a variety of topics, including national security. Can you go up here? Wait a minute. So this is really happening. Listen to this. Senate Majority Leader John Thune and Senate Republican Whip two Johns. We've really come a long way, guys. Two white guys named John that control the law. Both spoke to Mitch McConnell recently, according to their respective spokespeople. Thune had a phone conversation with Mitch McConnell on Monday. Quote, they had a lengthy and substantive conversation that covered a variety of topics, including national security. Awesome. So you're going to call Mitch McConnell while he's in hospice on fentanyl and discuss issues of national security? Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, Mitch, it's John. How's hospice? Mitch McConnell is Darth Sidious. And they're just like keeping him alive in a hospital and pumping him with Adderall and amphetamines and fentanyl. And he's just a zombie. And every other senator in the every other Republican senator calls him up and they're like, "Hey, Mitch, I'm just gonna go ahead and vote on your behalf for some of this stuff. I want to know if we have your. I want you to sign off on this. We're gonna give ICE another $5 billion. Is that cool with you?" Okay, thanks, Mitch. God, so that sounds like a yes. I'm in pain. Oh, I know you're in pain. Don't worry. We'll get more money to the Pentagon soon. Hey, Mitch, it's John Thune from the Senate. How's hospice? It hurts so much. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Mitch. Hey, we need to get $50 billion to the Senate by Friday. Can you give us the direction you're going to go on this bill? Where's my wife? Oh, great, Mitch. I'm so great we have your support. Thank you. We'll get this money over to the Pentagon. Where's my wife? Your wife's in China. She was a Chinese spy the whole time, Mitch. I want the last thing that Mitch McConnell hears before he slides into hell is I want his nurse. I want him to ask his nurse, like, where's my wife? And his nurse is like, oh, she was actually a Chinese spy this entire time. That would be hilarious if that was. And by the way, that's not racist. Okay? I'm not saying that she's a Chinese spy because of her ethnicity. I'm saying that she's a Chinese spy because she's married to a Republican senator. Those are different things. I actually love that. I love that Mitch McConnell's wife is in China right now. I understand why Mitch McConnell's wife is in China right now while Mitch McConnell is in hospice. It's because as soon as that guy loses consciousness, if I had to fuck that thing, can we get his photo back up there? If I had to fuck or put my mouth on this vampire's penis, ugh. God bless Mitch McConnell's wife. Imagine, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. If you're just listening, this is not a recent photo. This is from 20 years ago. This is Mitch McConnell from 20 years ago. If you're just listening, he has 5 chins. Mitch McConnell there has 5 chins. And his glasses prescription, Mitch McConnell's glasses prescription is thicker than his penis. Mitch McConnell's glasses has a larger thickness than the length of his erect penis. Welcome to Sean's show, everyone. We are very classy here. I have tremendous respect for Mitch McConnell's wife. Imagine having to put your mouth on this evil fucking Dark Lord vampires Johnson, which is coincidentally the other guys in the Senate are named Johnson. They're all a bunch of penis heads. I would go to China immediately. If I was Mitch, truly, just look at this guy. Look, really, if you're watching, look at this guy. He is Darth Sidious. Kill him. Do it now. Kill him. Good. There's an evil inside of him that we can all feel the evil in Mitch McConnell, right? I hope that that's clear. You know that Mitch McConnell has ordered a hit out on people. I just want him dead. I don't care how you do it. Kill him. Do it now. That's how you become a Republican in the Senate, is you go into a room and Mitch McConnell is standing there with a random Latino laborer that works on lawn care in DC. And Mitch McConnell goes, here's a desert eagle. Kill him. Do it now. The evil is really unimaginable. And that's why Mitch McConnell hasn't died yet. Because when you do a contract with Satan, you get to live a long time. Satan promises immortality. Satan promises a long life. He promises power. But guess what, Mitch? Your time is nearly up. Your time is nearly up, my friend. And what's waiting for you on the other side, honestly, I'm an atheist. I may convert back to Catholicism just so hell can be real, so that Mitch McConnell goes there. Truly. I may convert back to Catholicism just so that I have the comfort and I can sleep at night knowing that there will be justice for Mitchell McConnell, which I believe is his full name, Mitchell McConnell. Everyone calls him Mitch affectionately. There really isn't a hell hot enough or painful enough for Mitch McConnell's soul. Because he's made hell on earth. So I don't know what kind of hell. Hell is going to be easy compared to what he's done to this country. But his wife, can we go to his wife, I want to learn more about his wife. And I find it odd. Let's see if this article has anything about his wife, because I find it interesting that she's in China while he's in hospice. I believe she's like in China raising money for a nonprofit or something, which is just great, hilarious. Okay, here we go. Here's something. Elaine Chao releases a statement amid Mitch McConnell's long hospital stay. Interesting. So she released a statement here. The secretary was on a long planned trip to China to support her family's philanthropic endeavors. During the trip, she met with a number of people, including the U.S. ambassador. The senator's health did not warrant an immediate return to the U.S. What the fuck? How does a guy whose aortic valve collapsing, that doesn't warrant an immediate return to the U.S.? You know what would warrant a return to the U.S. is when he finally fucking dies. Honestly, Elaine, I get it. Honey, girl, I'm a girl's girl. Honey, do you. Girl, clock it. Honey, do you go to China? How the hell, and that's how you know all these fucking people are hypocrites. How the fuck is Elaine Chao raising Chinese money for her nonprofit and married to America First, Republican senator, China's evil, China is a threat? How the fuck does this make any sense? On Tuesday, several senators and a former advisor to Mitch McConnell said they've spoken to him. Mitch McConnell's last Senate vote was on June 11th. A couple weeks earlier, he was pictured using a wheelchair. Actually, that's a great sentence. Can you scroll down here? I want to read this again for you guys. So, listen up. Open your ears. McConnell's last Senate vote was June 11th. A couple weeks earlier, McConnell was pictured using a wheelchair to get around the Capitol. They are literally wheeling this guy around and putting his limp hand on the fucking button and slamming it on no for anything good. That's what they're doing with this fucking guy. They're wheeling him around the Senate, and Mitch, this is how our government is run now. They are wheeling Mitch McConnell's corpse around the Senate. He is inches from death, and he's on fentanyl, on medical fentanyl, which is a lot stronger than the street stuff. And Mitch is like, where am I? Oh, it's going to be okay, Mitch. Remember, this next bill, H2B 2000 Section 2, remember this next bill is going to make it so that you have to be 3 generations of living here to be a citizen. Does that sound good, Mitchell? Where's my wife? All right, just put your hand. What are you doing with my hand? Put it on the no. Good job, Mitch. Good job. Let's go back to the hospital. Good job, Mitchell. Good job, Mr. Senator. Where am I? Oh, it's okay, Mitch. Hey, Mitchell, you're at home. They're wheeling this guy around, and they're going, Mitchell, you're at home. And they're wheeling him around in the Senate. And he goes, Mitchell, we're just having breakfast. You're at home. Okay. Okay, now go and get your eggs. We're going to move your hand over to the eggs. Good. That's it. Press the button. Take all the rights away from the blacks. Click. Good. Good job, Mitchell. Now we'll get you your eggs. This is just par for the course, you guys. The average age, you had that graph up earlier, Alex. That was great. Was it the distribution of ages of people in the Senate? This is the politics that actually matter, by the way. And honestly, I mean, to bring it back to Platner, what's better? A leftist rapist or an actual corpse? I don't know. I don't want either of those things. The best we can do in America is a private military, is an ex-Blackwater leftist rapist. That's fucking despicable. That is absolutely crazy. And then people go, and then you go, oh, well, you're just being cynical, Sean. Like, just vote for Platner and that is ultimately, that's my issue with some of the people on the left. I'm saying this as a guy that aspires to, try to participate in the system, even though it's not perfect. As a leftist, you guys know I'm coming from, right? I'm just trying to be real here. If I was in Maine, if it fucking came down to it, I'm voting for whether it's Platner or the other fucking guys. I'm not voting for Suzanne Collins, and I'm not voting, right? That's clear that those are both bad. Not voting is bad, and voting for Suzanne Collins, also bad. So yeah, I'm going to fucking reluctantly vote for the fucking Democratic Socialist. Or whoever replaces Platner, I'll vote for that person. But the problem is they also want you to like have a smile on your face while you do it, as if you're happy to vote for an alleged rapist ex-Blackwater candidate. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not happy about that. Just like I'm not happy about how old the people are in the Senate. Can you go down here, Alex, and let's get some numbers going, because this is exciting. Age of the Senate. Now, I'm going to wager that it's not 38. I'm going to wager the average age is healthily above 38. Could you go full screen on this for me? So, our source here is from RFK's website. Kidding. Age of the Senate. Excuse me. How old is the 111th? Excuse me. How old is the 118th Congress? This is from, what's the source on this? Just so people know.
Fiscal Note.
Fiscal Note. Okay, sounds bought and sold. That's okay. I'm kidding. Fiscal Note. Looks legit. It's just age data. They wouldn't lie about that, would they? They would. Most represented age groups on this chart. So it's a kind of a bell curve. In the Senate, the most represented age group is 60 to 69 at 30, let's call it 32, 33%. And then there's another age group on this chart that should be concerning, which is that 30% of the Senate is between the ages of 70 and 79. And then, and this is even more concerning, 5% of the Senate is over 80 years old. And on this chart, they're actually missing something, which is way, way lower on the chart, or way farther older on the chart, is a little bar for Mitch McConnell, and that's 250 years old, because he's a fucking vampire. Let's see, who's the oldest in Senate? This is a full table? Can we find that?
Is it Charles Grassley? He's 89.
Oh my God. Charles who?
Grassley, I think.
And he's a Republican?
Yeah, he's a Republican for Iowa.
Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck.
But he looks to be tied with Dianne Feinstein. She's also 89. Maybe
unbelievable.
She's She's older than him, I think. Wait, let's see. Yeah, I think she's older than him,
And
actually.
and when was Charles born? What's his birth date there?
The 17th of September, 1933.
So the oldest guy in the Senate, Charles, sorry, what's his last name?
Grassley?
Charles Grassley, the oldest guy in the Senate, senator for Iowa, Republican, was born in 1933. He's 89 years old, and he gets to legislate. He gets to be one of 100 voters that decide on where this country goes. He's 89. Mitch McConnell's number 4. Mitch McConnell's the 4th oldest guy in the Senate. He had fucking polio. How about this? If you have ever had polio, you don't get to be a senator. You're too old. If you've had polio, Mitch McConnell has had like the Black Death. He's had like the fucking. That's how old this guy. He's had the plague. He's had the medieval plague. He's a fucking tarantula. He's a fucking cockroach, and his wife, I guess, doesn't. I get it. I love that Mitch McConnell's wife is in China. I think that's awesome. I love that Mitch McConnell's wife abandoned him while he's in hospice to go raise Chinese money for her philanthropic organizations, because that's how you know that marriage was all about business and all about power. Is that as soon as Mitch McConnell stops being useful to this woman, she's in China. She's going, I'm going to China. I'm going to China to raise money for virology. Wink. That's a wink. Anyway, that's enough about Mitch. We've spent enough time on our friend Mitch. But that's our politics update. Things are not, so we're going to keep going. We're going to keep following. We're going to keep following the Platner race and see how that turns out, and see where it goes, because it could go in any direction. Now, as a comedian, please do not make your decision about what to do based on what I'm saying. Unless you're going to vote for Suzanne Collins, then please do not vote for that dumb bitch. Whether or not you vote for Platner, not my business. If you vote for Suzanne Collins, you're a fucking idiot, and you need to get your shit together. It's tough. It's a very gray area. It's murky. And it sucks that ultimately, whether all this shit, we have to grapple with all this shit, and whether or not people get healthcare services in Maine is determined by whether or not Platner broke into a woman's home and raped her. That's so fucking unfair. And that's unfair. So whether or not little Timmy in Maine can get his Zoloft, well, kids shouldn't be on Zoloft. I don't know. Whether or not kids in Maine can get cancer medication is going to be determined by whether or not a drunk driving lumberjack assaulted a woman. That's how it's going to play out. That's what I'm trying to say. Redact everything I said. Not redact. Forget everything I said earlier in the episode. Ultimately, that's the frustration that I have, is that because if Platner loses or he drops out, Suzanne Collins is just going to fuck you so hard because she's a Republican. Okay? It's like, it's just sad. So that's what I'm sad about. Let's see here. We have so much more to get to. What else do we have on the docket, Alex?
We got the Pentagon running out of money. We have Nigel Farage's resignation. Alex Karp interview. We'll
save the Alex Karp for the Patreon. Patreon.com/Sean Show.
Anthropic have invented the universe or something like that. They've
oh, that's a fun one.
Trump FIFA. And a $1.4 trillion
the meta lawsuit. Okay, let's do let's do this Anthropic thing. So guys, let's give the people a little bit of tech. I know you guys mostly listen for the tech stuff. So now we'll get to the good stuff. Now that I've filtered out everyone that likes the show, I'm going to get to the good stuff. That's how I like to do it. So let's get into it. So this is something that was recently shared on Twitter it's not X, it's Twitter. This was shared on Twitter by Anthropic pretty recently, and I want to it's I want to share this, and I want to surface this to you guys because this the AI propaganda has to stop. The AI consciousness propaganda. Let me actually rephrase. The AGI propaganda, it has to stop. And everyone, I want you to get your head out of your fucking ass. Okay? Stop. I want you to pull your head out of your ass. This is a message. This is a message for everyone in Silicon Valley that's working on AI and is all in on AI and thinks that AGI and a conscious AI is imminent. I want you all to walk outside of Phil's Coffee with your $9 mocha, okay? And then I want you to pull your head, which is deep in your own asshole. You're smelling your colon. You are inhaling your colon. I want you to rip out your ass from your head. I want you to get your head that's been in your fucking stomach, in your lower intestines. That's how far up it is. Your head is so far up your own fucking ass that it's back at your head. Okay? It's like the Ouroboros snake. Get it out. Okay? Throw out that shitty ass overpriced mocha from Phil's Coffee with a Z. Overrated brand, by the way. Phil's Coffee, overrated as fuck. And everyone that works at Palantir loves drinking Phil's Coffee. I know it. And what I want you to understand is that we are not stupid fucking idiots here in the rest of the world. And we are not going to buy your AGI, conscious AI propaganda, and you can go fuck yourself, okay? Everyone knows that it's AI is conscious propaganda so that when you IPO, everyone's going to buy the stock so that you can dump all of your worthless stock onto the retail investing public. That's the truth. That is the fucking truth. It was true with SpaceX, which, by the way, is down. Am I right or am I fucking right? Am I right or am I right, you guys? I called it. They are going, and this thing is not done going down. SpaceX, if you think it's bad now, you guys, we are in for a world of pain. When it comes to the IPO for SpaceX, for Anthropic, and for OpenAI, it's all, and we're going to watch this video shortly that Anthropic put out. It's propaganda. The AI industry, every time an AI executive talks about how AI is dangerous and we need to regulate it, or they go, the research team at Anthropic, we found out that our researchers discovered something and it might be showing signs of consciousness. Matrix multiplication and linear algebra does not equal a conscious brain, you stupid fucks. Fuck you. Okay? This is a comedy podcast, but I'm very mad about this. Let's just make it abundantly clear. You know I'm credible on this subject. I am saying this as a miserable Silicon Valley autistic nerd. Let me make it clear. Artificial intelligence is not conscious. We are not moments away from AGI or Skynet or a conscious AI. It is propaganda so that when Anthropic IPOs, they can cash out and fuck you hard. and make all of the pensions and sell. And it's a grift. It's a fucking scam. It's a grift. And I know this. I have a degree in math and aerospace engineering. And I'm unmedicated. And I'm not suicidal. And I have this to say. Linear algebra is not consciousness. You cannot create a conscious machine brain with linear algebra. Linear algebra. You probably don't even know what that is. But just because you multiply some matrices together, that doesn't mean that you get to be worth $1 trillion. You can suck my dick. Dario Amodei, Sam Altman, Alex Karp, Jensen Huang, all of them. Who else is there? Satya Nadella, all of them. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. Honestly, we really need to start naming all the names of everyone that's guilty of this shit. Alex Karp, Satya Nadella, Jeff Bezos, Jensen Huang, Dario Amodei. Who did I miss? Reid Hoffman. You're in there too. LinkedIn. You guys are all full of shit, and you are ramming AI down the public's throat so that you can cash out on the biggest scam in human fucking history. It's the biggest scam. AI is the biggest scam in human history. And when these companies inevitably collapse, which they will, you know what they're going to do? They're going to do a 2008 all over again. And what does that mean? If you're a younger person, you don't know what that means. It means that, guess what? When Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers, when these companies, I'm shocked that I'm just now making this metaphor concrete. Other people have done this, I think, but I'll do it and hopefully be funny about it. And this is just my prediction, I could be wrong. Okay? Let me just say that up front. What I predict we may see with AI is going to be a repeat of 2008. Okay? And what's going to happen is, instead of the financial sector, where you had companies like Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns creating CLOs, CDOs, MBS products, okay, which are the equivalent of fake bullshit financial mortgage packages, mortgage-backed securities, collateralized loan obligations, collateralized debt obligations. What are these things? These are combinations of mortgages and derivatives, and the thing is, you don't know what any of that means, and that's the whole fucking point. Here's the thing. Remember Wall Street? Remember Occupy Wall Street? Remember when the government bailed out Wall Street? We're going to see the exact same fucking thing happen with AI. The exact same thing is going to happen. Except instead of all of the finance frat bros getting bailed out, it's going to be all the new frat bros, which are the autistic Silicon Valley douchebag tech bros. They're all going to get bailed out. And it's history repeating itself, because when Wall Street crashed in 2008 and brought the entire economy with it, they were busy doing all of these financial engineering things, right? They were financially engineering the market, and they were creating all these things that no one could understand. And it's supposed to sound boring and stupid. Fortunately for you guys, I am interested in stupid and boring stuff. I'm one of the few people I'm interested in stupid, boring stuff like CDOs. Bear Stearns had mortgage-backed. Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers had mortgage-backed securities. Anthropic and OpenAI have LLMs and AGI. Do you understand? That's the fucking analogy, is that all these companies are talking all these executives talking about AGI, LLM, application layer, ontology, AGI, LLM, IP, alpha, beta. They just shout Greek letters at you like that means anything. All AI executives do is shout Greek letters at you. Well, when you think about the LLM's alpha in the marketplace, shut the fuck up, dude. It's a scam. When people obfuscate stuff with complicated language, that means it's not real, and it's a big magic trick. It's just a big magic trick. That's all it is. LLMs and it's a big magic trick to get you go, I'm bored. And you will, and America does that because I was just in Oklahoma. No one in Oklahoma knows what LLM stands for. Okay? And that's why they're able to get away with this shit. Because people don't want to learn about what's a stock buyback. What is private equity? What would it mean for the government to buy 5% of OpenAI, which they want to do? If the government buys 5% of OpenAI, you want to know what I call that? I call that a preemptive bailout. I call that socialism for the 1%, welfare for the 1%. The biggest welfare queens in the world are the fucking billionaires, and that's a fact. Sam Altman is the biggest welfare queen that I know, and he's probably gay too. Not that would be bad. He's a welfare queen and he's a queen. Slay. Honestly, slay. So how much time are we at, Alex?
We're at 105.
105. Okay, let's watch this video and we'll close with this incredible video. And you can just go right to the timestamp that I had written down. So Anthropic, my whole point is that let's watch the latest piece of propaganda from Anthropic. Before we roll the video, they have a little caption here that just disgusts me. And the reason Anthropic is putting out this type of stuff is because they're about to IPO. This is all IPO propaganda, okay? And they got a bunch of neuroscientists that they bought and sold to get them to validate this bullshit video about how and they use all this complicated language. So Anthropic is like, oh, we found something it's like iRobot. And this company, Anthropic, should not be worth $1 trillion, okay? Because they just put out a video where they're literally saying some shit from iRobot. Remember iRobot, Will Smith? The thing in the machine? What is that thing from? Do you know what, Alex? The mind in the machine? The soul in the machine? What it does? It's something. The ghost in the machine.
Yeah, I think they called it is this like the? I think they called it the mind in the machine or something, but
it's the ghost in the machine.
Ghost in the shell, ghost in the machine are the classic terms.
Yeah. So Anthropic, $1 trillion company, by the way, put out this video where they're saying that they think that their AI models are thinking independently. So this is what they had. So they're a $1 trillion company, and they're putting out this bullshit propaganda so that when they IPO, everyone gets excited. And they use all this complicated language to say, oh, we found, this is literally what they say. This is not a joke. This is what they wrote. New Anthropic research, a global workspace in language models. Of everything happening in your brain right now, only a tiny fraction of it is consciously accessible. Thoughts you can describe, hold in mind, and reason with. We found a strikingly similar divide inside Claude. So what they're implying with that is that Claude has, dare I say, thoughts. So AKA, then AI is having thoughts. That's what they're trying to say. And the thoughts occur in something called a J space. Now, I thought J space was just Williamsburg. That was bad. Sorry. I had to go for it. J space stands for Jacobian. The Jacobian is from linear algebra, believe it or not, and mathematics. So So they're trying to use fancy math to say that their AI is conscious, and we have to watch this and call it out for what it is, which is propaganda. Let's take a little listen to the video.
Didn't program into the model. For some, this might raise a question. Could AI models be conscious? After all, our experiments were inspired by theories of human consciousness. The thing is, people use the word conscious to mean many things. Our experiments
No, they
can't
don't.
tell us
No.
whether an AI has experiences or feels something on the inside.
No, fuck
But
you.
they can tell us that it's developed mental machinery that's in some ways similar to ours. A small mental workspace it can use to think and reason, sitting on top of an ocean of automatic processing it doesn't notice. The more we come to understand that machinery, the more we'll be able to keep these systems safe and beneficial. And, perhaps, to understand our own minds a little more clearly.
Boo. First of all, your AI is not conscious. It is not close to being conscious. How are you going to create a conscious AI when we don't even understand the human brain? How can you claim that AI is conscious when we don't even understand human consciousness yet? Okay? This is all a bunch of Silicon Valley propaganda slot bullshit to get you to buy Anthropic stock when it IPOs so that you can lose money and so that you can help some douchebag in Palo Alto buy his 9th mansion. If you want to help a douchebag in Palo Alto, California buy his 9th home, by all means, believe in this fucking bullshit. Is it a revolutionary technology? Yeah, it is. Is it going to change the way we work and live and exist? Yeah, it is. For the worse? Probably. Is it conscious? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely fucking not. Am I conscious? Absolutely not. Let's not allow these AI companies to say that AI is conscious. It is multiplying matrices together. You know, with a matrix, it's like a 1 and a 0 and a 0 and a 1. You're just multiplying them together. And then you'll go, oh, well, Sean, a neuron in a brain is just interacting with other neurons in the same way. Okay, why don't you explain to me how that works? Oh, you can't. You can't, because no one knows. No one knows. It's still a mystery. So then how can you claim AI is conscious when we don't even know how human consciousness works? Checkmate atheists. Checkmate autistics. So that's guys. So just be careful out there. Careful what you believe. Careful what you think. Careful what comedy shows you watch, because a lot of them are bought and sold by Kalshi and Joe Rogan and Netflix and, dare I say, the country of Israel. Not the people, the country of Israel. We are not. And you know how we survive? By joining the Patreon, patreon.com/Sean Show. We will continue our coverage of world events on the Patreon, where we will be talking about Alex Karp's latest rant on CNBC, where he talks more about how he sees AI developing. He is the CEO of Palantir. He's a scumbag. And we're going to do a little bit of cut the thing. Look at that. And maybe we'll talk about the Meta lawsuit. So much more to get to that we did not get to. The Pentagon's running out of money, which is crazy. I thought we gave you guys $8 trillion. What did you do with the money? What did you do with the $8 trillion? How are you out of money? We gave you guys $8 trillion. So we're gonna get into that. That is our show, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed. If there's one thing you do, please review the show on Spotify. Follow the show on Spotify. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're listening on YouTube. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts. Do all of that, honestly, if you really like the show. It helps get the show reach more people. Reaching more people is, of course, the mean and the end. Okay, you understand? It is all about growth at any cost. That's obviously what I believe. So please help me with that. And we will We'll keep the train rolling. And thank you if you're still listening. I really appreciate you guys. You know, thank you to Alex. I think we had a great show. And this was pretty good, right? Alex, you did a great job. We will I'm not suicidal, and that's important. That is true. I'm not suicidal. And if you're in Maine, good luck. All right, bye.